The Romans also began to have major public works connecting Rome with the other communities of Italy. And one thing that's interesting about the Romans is that when they conquered a new city, they would make that city join their army, and they would give that city, if they were loyal for a long time, the rights of Roman citizenship. So little by little, it became kind of advantageous to be allied with Rome, because if you worked with them, you got citizenship, you got economic rights, you could have voting rights in the future, you could make a lot of money, and you also had all the other Roman cities on your side to defend you. So the cities that fought Rome, every time Rome would conquer a new city, it would get new enemies along its border. So little by little, it began to expand. But because it had this policy of incorporating conquered people into its empire and giving them eventually the rights of citizenship, it was able to grow and grow and still until it conquered all of Italy, and then eventually a huge Mediterranean empire. And you can see here some of the first public works that show Rome is expanding. This is called an aqueduct. It uses the force of gravity to bring water down from the hills into the city. You can see here they're building the aqueduct, and these are where the pipes would go to take water. Now, why is it up on arches? It's because they had to have it at a consistent slope. So sometimes the aqueduct ran along the ground, but sometimes the ground would give way to a hole or a chasm or a mountain. And in those cases, you had to create an aqueduct to keep it straight and to keep it at the same slope, all the way down to the reservoirs in the city. And these aqueducts made it possible for Rome to eventually have a population of 1 million people, which is more than any other city until the 1800s. So for thousands of years, Rome was the largest urban settlement in the history of the world. It was partly due to these aqueducts that unfortunately used lead pipes, which is not the most healthy, but nevertheless made it possible for big, big populations to grow. So you can see these aqueducts even today, and you can even send cameras into them.